Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Lisa Eve Show. I'm Lisa Eve. I guess I should back up so that you guys know that I have clothes on. For those of you who are not watching this, I am wearing this kind of, oh gosh, what is this even called? It's like, basically like my chest looks like it's exposed. You can't see anything, and I mean you can't see anything at all. But from my angle, it may have looked like I wasn't wearing anything, which is just completely and utterly not true. Good morning, everybody. I just want to post really quickly to let everyone know to come and join us. Just give me one moment. How are you guys? Let me know in the comments. How is your day going? Well, it's morning. How was your yesterday? I guess would be the question that I want to ask. Let me see here. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I hope you guys can't hear that sound in the background. With this being a live broadcast, there isn't anything that I can do about that right now. Um, yeah, so this is a live broadcast, but I will be right back. I have to go stop that sound. Okay, be right back. Okay, I'm back, everyone. Thank you for your patience. That was my son's um, medical device making that sound. I had to go stop it. So good morning, everyone. I'm back again. Um, so today we are going to be talking about stepping into the full version of you. And I know that sounds very similar to what we've already discussed, but this is actually quite nuanced and different. And I'm going to tell you why in just one moment. I know this is so bad for a live stream. I really do apologize, you guys. We are going to get into it. This is the kind of stuff that I have to get used to with a live stream. Okay, so thank you for your patience, you guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who's new. This is your first time watching. Welcome to the Lisa Eve Show. This usually doesn't happen. I just didn't do what I needed to do. Okay, so welcome to the Lisa Eve Show. I am Lisa Eve, Lisa Everette, and as of now, my name has legally been changed. You guys, I got my paperwork in the mail, and my name is now legally changed. I'm so excited about that, and yeah, so that's done. And then what I've been thinking about. Wait, I need to think about God really quickly. I had to bring God in on this, as I like to do. So now what I'm thinking about is, like, what is my next step? What do I want to choose now? What can I choose now? That is what I'm asking myself. I essentially abandoned myself when I had the opportunity to, because everyone else abandoned me. Like, that's what I learned. I learned that I didn't have value and that I was to be abandoned. And so at my first opportunity, I did what I learned, which was to abandon myself. And I did it with quickness. But it turns out it was a beautiful thing, a wonderful thing that I did, because I shielded my little Lisa from so much more pain, trauma, and just horrible experiences. Sure, you took those on for me. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch previous episodes like Who Are You Truly and Who Do You Want to Become? You can get some more information on that. I definitely recommend everyone start at the beginning because it builds. So my recommendation is that you watch from the beginning and go from there. Um, so I've been thinking, now what? I reclaimed her. I restored Lisa. I reclaimed her, restored her. She's renewed. And I feel very free. I feel so alive. I feel like I could do anything having reclaimed my name. I have to, switch all my documents over, that kind of a thing now, which is my next step. So I'm very excited about that. And like who I can become now that what can I choose now that I'm Lisa again? I'm back, baby. I'm back. Um, and so that brings me to the point of today's broadcast. And I accidentally wrote that it was a live stream instead of live stream. And I just realized that was not a mistake. That was information. This is a life stream. It is a stream of me sharing my life, my experiences, in the hopes that it can improve, enliven, enrich, activate, renew, restore someone else's life. So this is not a live stream. We are live, but it's a life stream, a life broadcast. And as I shared with you guys in the past few episodes, as my life progresses, as my life begins to take off, you guys are going to be there on my adventures, traveling and my life and my family life. And you guys are in for a treat tomorrow because my littlest one is going to be joining us. The one who's been basically really wanting to be in the stream. She's going to be with me for tomorrow's stream, which is going to be pre-recorded, but it is going to go live at 6 a.m. So it's going to be the same time, 6 a.m. You will see me and my littlest one. So I'm thinking Sundays could be the stream, a live stream, where family could join in. And of course, it's not a hard and fast rule because this is whatever I want, right? So you'll be seeing her tomorrow. So I reclaimed her, restored her, renewed her. I'm hearing recompense, restoration, retribution. Not the definition of retribution that we're familiar with. I looked up the word retribution in which dictionary is it? The 1828 dictionary. When I think of retribution, I think of a word that is bad. But in retribution, in 1828 dictionary, the first definition of retribution is repayment, return accommodated to action, reward, and compensation. So a message that has been coming a lot to me is that now is a time to be renewed, repaid for all of your sufferings. And that's not today's episode though, but maybe I'll get into that. So back to the other topic. I'm a little more scattered today than usual. Now what can I choose? Having been restored to Lisa. She who I cast away, cast aside. And I have this image of little Lisa right here on the cover of my book. Never more abandoned. There she is, little Lisa. We're back, baby. We're back. So in asking the question, now what? I think about modulation. Let me see if there's it seems like a word that would not be in this dictionary. Ooh, it is. Okay. The act of forming anything to a certain proportion as the different proportion and modulation of matter. Modulation is the manner of ascertaining and managing the modes, or more generally, the art of conducting the harmony in air through several modes in a manner agreeable to the ear and conformed to the rules. Conformed to the rules. That's the one I'm looking for. Oh, I love my 1828 app dictionary. I gotta get a real one. If you don't have an 1828 dictionary in any form, I would say get one. Because if you start using it, you'll notice that a lot of words that we use today used to have different meanings. And so when you're using a word that you think has a certain frequency, vibration, maybe a positive word, you could look it up in the past and see that it was a bad, negative connotation, and vice versa. You could be using a word that you think is good, but in the past had a bad terminology. So, modulation. Conducting harmony and air through several modes in a manner agreeable to the ear and conformed to the rules. So when I talk about modulation today, what I'm talking about is how are you toning yourself down to conform to the rules? How are you toning yourself down to conform to the rules? Woo! I got goosebumps, I got chills. I, in particular, do this. I do this so much. Oh my God. Or like when people say, oh, you're being too much. You're doing too much. That kind of a thing. And then you may, some people don't, right? They're like, I don't care. But like you may have like pulled it in. You may have pulled it in. You may have gone within yourself. You may have flipped inward when you used to be an outward, joyful, exuberant, happy person. Maybe people told you you're too happy, like you're happy for no reason, or they shamed you. They shut you down. Like, stop. And so you pulled it in. You pulled it in. You pulled it in. Yeah. In this current reality, the way things are structured, people do this to each other throughout lifetimes, like to children, depending on your parents, of course, and your the other adults in your life, because your parents could speak life into you and fill you with positivity and joy and confidence, but you could go to school and have a teacher who just wears you down, digs into your spirit, cuts away at you. So if anyone has ever told you you're too much, or made you feel you're too much, or tone it down, or calm down, or whatever, this is about no longer doing that. We're no longer doing that anymore. No. No, if anything, we're turning it up. Do you want to know why? We're turning it up now because the world needs you at full capacity now. 100% unmodulated. We need you to be your full self now so that people can see you in your light and your shiningness, and be inspired to do it. We need everybody. We need all hands on deck to turn on their light switch. Flick. Like this. Yes. There's my little button. This is how much of us go through life, right? Is this you right now? We need you to do that. Is that you right now? This is what we need everyone in the world to do. We need everyone. Oh, what did I just do? What did I just do? There we go. We need everyone in the world to turn their lights on, to turn their light on. We need you to shine your, because there's so much darkness on this planet right now. There is so much darkness on this planet right now. We need all hands on deck to turn on their light. Flick, 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 to illuminate the darkness, to help bring clarity about each of us, who we truly are, our true nature, our true divinity, our true spirit, the spirit of communion, of brotherhood, of sisterhood, of love, of harmony, togetherness. Sharing. To the true spirit that we're all family, despite any perceived difference. We need that. So what does being 100% unmodulated look like? I had a mentor who had me do this exercise, and at the time I didn't really get it, but now I get it. I get it so bad. I get it so much now. She had me make like a Pinterest board or like a vision board, and on this vision board she had me make the different like styles for myself. Like, how would I dress? What kind of jewelry would I wear? What would my makeup look like? What would my hair look like? What kind of shoes would I wear? In different levels of modulation. So if you were 100% modulated, meaning you were 100% not being yourself, you're 100% following the rules, being what your parents wanted you to be, what society told you should be, your college professors told you should be. If you were being that completely not yourself person, what would you be dressing like? What would you look like? What would your clothes look like? And then what would you look like at 20%? You don't have to do 10, but if you want to do 10, 0, 10, 20, 30, go ahead. I did 0%, 20%, 50%, like 70%, 80%, 100%. And like, what would that 100% unmodulated version of you look like? If you were in your full glory, what would you look like? And I did that board. So looking at how I look right now, looking at what I'm wearing, how I'm dressed right now, what percentage of modulation would I say that I'm based upon that board that I created? I would say it's giving like 60 to 70% unmodulated. Or if we're doing it in the reverse, I would say 30%. Oh my God, I think I'm really confusing you guys because I'm confusing myself with this language. Okay, so I'd say 30%. Oh, I'm okay. I'm literally confusing myself right now. Okay, let's talk about volume, okay? So if let's call like 100% is you being, I don't care what anybody thinks of me. If I want to wear fairy wings, I'm going to wear fairy wings. If I want to have like a furry tail, I'm going to have a furry tail, okay? That's like 100% being you, okay? So let's just let's scrap the modulated table because I'm confusing myself with that and it's not fun. So looking at how I'm dressed now, I would say that I'm 70% being myself. Yes, 70%. I am dressed as myself. There's certainly more. Because if I was being like 0% myself, I would be wearing like a t-shirt maybe, and I would probably like have like a wig on. And I'm not saying that a wig means I'm not being myself. I'm just saying that it would be more of a temporary thing and not like a normal look. This is like my normal look. Because I'm pretty sure that as I, grow, I'm gonna find a lot of fun in wearing different types of wigs because I probably want to switch it up and change it up and be unpredictable. So my question for you is, if you were to look at yourself in the mirror, what percentage would you say that you're being yourself? 0 to 100%. Look at yourself in the mirror. Look at your hair. Look at your makeup. Look at your jewelry. Look at your clothes. What percentage are you being yourself right now? And I absolutely encourage you, should you take on the task, to create a board. You can do it on Pinterest, or you can even like make a vision board that, well, not a vision board, but like make a board where you're cutting out things. You can go to Google, print out pictures, and cut them out. What would you look like at if you were not being yourself? Should be easy to decide, right? And then show what you would look like if you were absolutely 100% being yourself. I really wish that I knew where where this board is that I created, because I seem to have like lost it and I don't know where I put it. I came across it the other day and I don't know where I put it. So I can't even look at it and I can't show you guys it. Excuse me. Yes, I dab sneeze. Yeah, I really wish I could show you guys my board. I would love to show it to you so much, but I don't. When I find it, I'll show it to you guys. So once you figure out what you look like at 100% being yourself, how can you start incorporating that into your life? And you don't have to go from like 0 to 100, although that's what I plan to do. I'm not at 0, right? Like I've inadvertently been working towards this, not on purpose, but unconsciously. Um, but like I plan to go to 100. I plan to now go straight to 100. So for those of you who are brave enough, what would it be like? What would it take to go to 100? And in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, the clothes, like I don't have clothes that look like my 100%, and they look like they're expensive, and like, I'm like, where do I start? Where do I begin? Ask God, where do I begin my 100% myself journey in terms of my clothing, in terms of my jewelry, in terms of my makeup, in terms of my hair, in I'm even gonna ask in terms of my presence, like my essence, um yeah, like my presence. How do I be that 100% myself, or 100% unmodulated version of myself? Yeah, it's like your energy intensity, right? Like you can be invisible at 0% yourself in terms of energy frequency. Like you can be 0% and you're like invisible, and you can be 50% and it's like you're half showing up, your energy is like this, right? And then if you're at 100%, your energy is like and we're like taking up all the space. I'm just kind of doing some hand motions for you guys who can't see me because maybe you're listening on Pandora. I'm not Pandora. I keep saying that. Oh, but maybe my show is on Pandora. Maybe I need to look into that. But like on Spotify and any of the other platforms. By the way, for those of you who are listening to the show, I want you to know you can join us live every morning, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, except Sunday. Sunday is a pre-recorded show, but you can also watch the replay on YouTube, The Lisa Eve Show, and on Spotify, The Lisa Eve Show. So I hope you guys join live, but if not, enjoy me on Spotify and wherever else you are listening. Um, I I'm so proud that I remembered that at the beginning of the last show, but it's okay. Um, right, so God, who or what can I be? What can I choose? What can I create to live out my life out loud as my 100% unmodulated version, my full version, my full strength version, not cowering or toning myself down for anyone. Ooh, being that inspiration that I came here to be. I got big goosebumps on that. God, please guide me. Please show me. How much ease can I have with this? How much fun can I have being myself full out, 100% unmodulated? How much fun can I have being myself? God, show me. Show me, show me, show me, show me, show me, show me. And God, for anyone who's willing to take on the challenge, how much fun can they have? Can you show them and guide them to being themselves 100% full out? Full on. So, something that I'm now going to do is I'm going to start looking at like things for my face in particular. Like I want to have, like I've always wanted to I've always been very attracted to the science fiction aesthetic, the futuristic aesthetic. But I want to like combine that with like indigenous um, culture. And so I want it to be like a balance of natural now and future. And so I'm looking at like maybe headpieces or like, I don't know. So I want to like get like have like this otherworldly kind of vibe. And because while it's a different conversation, I know that I come here bringing knowledge and information from other solar systems and other planets. And I know that that can confuse people because how can you be about God and how can you talk about, knowing that you've lived in other places? Well, actually, quite easily. So I want to really exude that vibe of my energy, which is like a vibe that's different than is normally found here. Because I have a galactic heritage that anchors big light, big possibilities, plans for our new earth. So I want to look the part. I want to really embody that and step into that. And that could look like, I don't know, like a circlet, like I don't know, like I want to explore this. So God, please guide me because I'm really going to step into this. And I'm so excited for all the people who are in the future are going to come back to these videos. And hi from the future. Hi, you person who's looking from the future. Oh my God, it's going to be so fun when people are commenting about this. So it could be a year, right? It could be 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. And you're coming back to this video. Hi, I'm in the past and you're in the future, but you came to see how I evolved. Hi, here I am And in this now moment, I'm so excited to be here in this moment on this journey, but I'm also excited for the now version that you're experiencing me as, who's already done this, made the changes. I'm so excited. By the way, you're a time traveler, and so am I, because I'm in two places, because this is my now moment, but also you're experiencing a different version of me. I'm sorry, that was just a very fun conversation to have. Right, so if you are brave enough to take on this task of 100%, but by the way, pick any number in between, like whatever works for you. Baby steps, or go hard. What could you incorporate? What wardrobe, what pieces, what jewelry, what can you incorporate to step into being yourself 100%, even if it's a journey, right? There's no time frame on that. And I'm really excited to transform with you guys here. Very excited. Into that future version of myself who's looking at this. I'm so glad that you didn't quit. I'm so glad you didn't give up. And if you're going through something right now that feels difficult, you're obviously going to get through it, because you got from here to there. So yeah, and with that, I'm going to ask, what can we be, do, create? What can we choose to create heaven on earth right away? With that, I will see you guys tomorrow for the pre-recorded Sunday show. Happy Sunday tomorrow.